Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I have had around about 3 days off where I haven't looked at social media, I haven't seen X, I haven't seen I haven't watched any of my usual YouTube channels that have anything to do with, political news or culture or anything. I've just been basically watching Let's Play videos and catching up on some movies that I've been wanting to watch for the last 3 days, as well as doing other things. But what I haven't been doing is keeping up on the news. I have absolutely no idea what's happened around the world or in the UK in the last few days. And I don't really want to find out because I have a feeling it's going to be a bit shit. But here we go anyway. This is what Farage and Benedok have called into existence. Crack down hard and fast on these fascist morons. Paul Mason, the communist. Looks like India and Pakistan are continuing to use weaponized migration and have targeted Japan now. They're not happy with, England and Europe looking like a shithole. They want to infect Japan with their cancerous culture as well. I think the whole world is going to realise that this has been done on purpose, that migration has been weaponized, and they've just been sending their most inbred, lowest IQ, highest crime, lowest impulse control fucking losers. They've been sending their absolute dregs. Look at these people. They don't even look human. They look inbred. The whole world's going to realise, like the Japanese are going to freak the fuck out once they realise what's going on. Because they've had a lot of shit. They've had to put up with a lot of shit since they lost the Second World War. Mostly from America, being colonised all of this time, having America just dictate to them quite a lot, actually, including the fact that they're not allowed their own military, things like this. It's pretty much defenceless, aren't they? So I don't think that's going to last. A lot of people are going to realise that the UN is a terrorist organisation, the WEF is a terrorist organisation, the World Health Organisation, terrorist organisation, all using weaponised migration to destroy Western countries. But that's not new. I'm not actually finding anything new here, guys. I thought there'd be loads more. Elon Musk, I would like to help fund legal actions against corrupt officials who aided and abetted the Grape of Britain, per the official government inquiry. Oh, but this is not a government inquiry. I think that's a nice statement. So he wants to help out, but this isn't an official government inquiry. And the one that the government has started or announced, they haven't actually started yet. So the official government inquiry is a red herring. It's a non sequitur. It is there just to gaslight you and stall any kind of movement on this until the next government is in power and these little traitors can fuck off to a different country and escape. No, the one that we're doing now through Rupert Law is not actually official, so it's got no legal powers, but it is going to uncover a lot of stuff, and obviously that's super important as well. And I have to give Elon Musk credit here. I think without him shining a light on this in the way that he has, it wouldn't have garnered as much attention. It wouldn't have been uncovered to the extent that it is, or the extent that it will be. I mean, look at this stuff. One night in Oldham in 2006, for example, a 12-year-old girl named Sophie entered a police station and reported that she'd just been molested in a graveyard by a man named Ali, or Muhammad, or fucking Akbal, whatever. A desk officer told her to come back with an adult when she was sober. That's weird. Two men accosted her in the police station, joined by a third. They raped her in the car. When they dumped her on the street, she asked a man named Sawa Ali for directions. He took her to his home, then raped her, and gave her money for the bus fare home. A man named Shakil Chowdhury pulled up in his car and offered to take her home. He abducted her and took her to a house where he and then 4 other men repeatedly raped her. Wow, that sounds like a really nice society to live in, doesn't it? Almost like we're just importing the absolute dregs of the third world into our high trust society, and they're just doing whatever they want to the population. It's been covered up by the police and councillors and MPs for decades. So yeah, well done Elon Musk for at least bringing this to people's attention and making sure that it can't slip away. And have you guys noticed how there just seems to be pedos everywhere? You've got the LGBTQ++ movement that had the singing about they're going to come for your children, they're going to corrupt your children, they're coming for your children. You've got the church and all the shit that happens there. You've got the Pizzagate stuff, so Washington, D.C., rife with rumours and all kinds of horrible things. The Podestas, the Madeleine McCann thing. You've got Epstein Island. You've got Hollywood with P. Diddy and all the other shit. Like, there just seems to be a mountain of nonsense everywhere. So I'm not surprised when I see stuff like this, like Labour chiefs saying that it's okay to have sex with 10-year-olds. I think the whole world needs a rebalancing when it comes to nonsense and pedos, and they need to be fucking terrified again. We need to make them terrified again. Either that or we just, I don't know, like we find them all. And I'm not suggesting we do anything, but, you know, we need to sort this shit out because pedos seem to be everywhere. Absolute. There's a giant elite nonce network that I think has been going on for ages. And it's so widespread that it really does affect every layer of our society. And it's only the poor working class morons that don't realise that this thing is happening all the time and it's rife. No wonder they don't want to solve it. And he's getting onto the right path when it comes to the UK. It's more or less the language that I'm using. A government that puts foreigners above their own people is by definition treasonous and illegitimate. And as soon as people wake up, like people are so close to waking up and understanding that these people, these scumbags, they have no legitimacy. 30 people arrested in the UK every day for tweets by an illegitimate government that is flooding our country with people that fucking hate us, doing awful things to our children. They're getting involved themselves. They're part of the actual system and part of the problem. And we're the ones getting locked up for talking about it. Honestly, the backlash is going to be massive. These people should leave the country while they can because it's not going to go well for them.
Stop that.
The residents of Epping have tried their best to make this known that it's unacceptable what the council and the government is doing. The last thing that they can possibly do is stop paying taxes. So they'll stop paying taxes to the local council. And I'm not surprised when the local council themselves have said that they will not get rid of the illegal migrants that have tried to rape their children in their society, hang out of windows, swearing at local residents, mocking them because they can't be removed. Yeah, I'm not surprised. This is just, again, guys, I mean, I'm like a broken record. This is just not acceptable. It's gonna go really badly on the government. It's gonna go really, the backlash is gonna be really bad and really strong and really violent. That's obvious. You just have to wonder whether the government is trying to do this. I know we've talked about this a few times. You've got to watch out for that. Are they actually trying to wind us up on purpose?
Part and parcel of living in a great global city is you've got to be prepared for these things.
I mean, if you do kick off, then they'll bring in the army. They'll lock people down. They will definitely implement digital IDs. And they will do it all under the pretense that, well, we need to control the migrants and we don't know where they are. And also there's a bad group of people in this country that really just don't want diversity and we've got to control them too.
Your lawyers, under your guidance, have said in terms that the rights of asylum seekers are more important than the rights of local people in Epping Forest.
How? How can illegal boat bastards have any rights in this country?
You fucking...
Any. They should be immediately deported. In fact, they should be flogged while they're being deported. How can a sitting MP come out and say that illegal boat bastards have more rights than a British citizen, an Englishman in England?
Would you at least acknowledge that that is what they will hear? And it's up to you. Ministers can say, we agree with that, or we don't agree with it. You can't simply say, let's balance things. Do you agree with what your lawyers said, or don't you?
Yes, of course we do. But we'll
Your
sort
lawyers,
it, but it
under
won't
your
be
guidance...
Traitors. It's just, they're a bunch of traitors. And when eventually we get control of this country, there'll be a reckoning to pay for all of these people.
It's not that.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. There's nothing really new to say here. I imagine that the growing sentiment against the government will continue to rise in its frequency and the amount of power that it's able to get behind it. I don't think people will give up on this. I think that's it. I think we're just seeing now the beginning of the end of the government's control over this country. The people have had a seismic shift in the way that they perceive themselves, people outside of this country, and their own government, and it's just not going to stop. There's an existential threat facing this country, and more people are waking up to realise that they have nowhere else to go. If these dirty, stinky boat bastards can come over here and do whatever they want, and our government facilitates that, then that means that we are backs against the wall, fighting for our survival. More people are starting to understand that, and that's a good thing. See you later.